Right off the hop on day 2, we begin ascending swift rapids on the Barrington River, headed for the height of land.
If it gets super deep, we're gonna have to basically portage through the bush here. Deep and fast. It's about maybe 80 meters long, maybe 100. And then it gets really deep and fast here.
Fortunately, in between the rapids and swifts, we find sections of river where the current is slower and it doesn't prevent us from paddling upriver. But in the countless rapids, we have little choice but to get out and haul the canoes up the swift current. It's really deep here!
Come up this side! What? Come up this side and shallower! Not too deep, eh? All right!
I'm hoping that we're able to make it up the rest of the way through the Barrington River. This section is going to be the most challenging section. Not sure what else we'll face after that. Then we got to go through a chain of lakes where there's going to be connecting stream in between the lakes where it could be rapids, we could be portaging. We really don't know. There's no river notes on this, it's just the wilderness. We have a loose trip report.
Another little swift up ahead.
It's all going to depend if it's deep enough to actually sink a paddle blade.
You gotta kind of navigate the rocks to avoid smacking your paddle.
Tough to dodge the rocks, eh? Did you see I just pushed off one? Actually worked great. You know that muskrats, the beavers let muskrats come in and just clean up?
Oh.
They'll like tolerate the muskrats, will just come in and like literally like remove their from the lodge and stuff. Like housekeepers.
Oh,
yeah, neither did I think we could paddle up this one. Gonna go for it. Oh, it's deep. See a portage ahead, buddy. Woo! Oh yeah, it didn't get any easier as I got into it.
Thought I was gonna lose it there when it got shallow.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really like dig in.
Yeah, I smacked a couple rocks pretty hard.
Same.
Look what we have here. Maybe we better scout this. Oh yeah. Nice.
Are you kidding? It's like way bigger than mine.
No, it's not. Not nearly close to the size of Ted's, but I'll take it.
Yesterday, after catching a couple more nice fish, we went absolutely beast mode up a tough swift.
Take a break after that one.
We found a nice campsite where we cooked up our fish and spent the night.
All right, I'm just going to fire up this thermocell. There's a butane cartridge that goes in the bottom. You twist it, and it goes psh, so you can tell that it's that's in there good. And then you take this pad, and this pad has all the mosquito detracting wonderment to it. You flip this, and you go boom on. An alligator clamp. Pop that in the back. Boom. You're laughing, look at that. You can just shoot mosquitoes with it. You can see it's working because you can see a little light in there. You can hear it. Listen. Shh. That's what it's saying to the mosquitoes. Shh. Shh. Stop buzzing. Stop annoying everyone. Shh. Jackasses. Yeah, I almost always set up the tent so that I get in and out the back. Cool, I didn't see that at all. I thought you pointed to an animal. An artifact. Anything that's over 50 years old has archaeological value to it, which is pretty neat.
Just found this in the tree here.
Bet somebody comes and traps up this river.
Yeah.
That's pretty old though, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Must be from like a marten set or something up in the tree like that.
Yeah.
Most guys use conibears to trap martens with, but this is definitely like marten country in here, I think. Fish or whatever. That's cool.
Ted's got one fish clean.
It's so hard not to just spike yourself.
Just got my cold steel fillet knife here. New favorite fillet knife. Look at that puppy. So sharp. This is cranberry bushes here too.
Paddle.
Yeah?
Try to like get to camp. The less time they're wet, the better.
Take the cheeks.
Cheek.
Yours was pretty small. And to dispatch the bear bait. Ted's just chopping a flat surface out of that log so we can take the pickerel skins off.
That part.
That is top-notch walleye.
Tomorrow, I'm hoping that we're able to make it up the rest of the way through the Barrington River. If all goes well, we should get into our height of land portages. We're gonna have to bushwhack on a compass bearing, and then we'll be going downriver. So we're crossing out of the water that flows into Lake Winnipeg and into the water that flows into Hudson Bay and the Seal River. Of course, Lake Winnipeg also drains into the Nelson and Hudson's Bay directly, but this water flows south and then drains out of Lake Winnipeg. So we're crossing a height of land, not a continental divide. Continental divide also is a height of land. It's something that divides the flow between two oceans, would be a continental divide. So this is a substantial height of land that divides two massive drainages. And that's pretty cool because you get a feeling for what it was like when people traveled this way all the time, when the rivers were the roads. And up here, the rivers still are the only roads. And so to get somewhere, you have to travel upriver a lot of time. People don't do that recreationally so much, but when you do it, it really gives you a sense for how the land lies and a much deeper understanding of that.
Well, it is time for bed. That was a full day for sure. Just waking up, long shuttle, float plane, and paddling upriver. Caught some delicious walleye. Caught a few pike too, and we're just camped riverside.
Beautiful day. Actually, it's calling for thunderstorms today. So like right now there's literally not a cloud in the sky. Me and Ted slept in today because we went to bed late, so we're probably just going to get on a schedule of waking up really late, going to bed really late, always panicking because it's about to get dark.
Yeah, but then we need to get those nice night fire scenes.
Not too lucky to do those in the north. But anyway, so we're going to try to prevent that from happening.
I think the mylar though makes that easier.
You hear that?
Need to.
Yeah. Whoop, a little too much as usual. Look, the mosquitoes even like my oatmeal.
This is really good. Really good.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, this is good.
Six though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying because it's staying light away.
Yeah.
Nice campsite overall. Walleye! Should I keep it?
That's what we gotta go up. I'm just scouting this out. It looks really fast but shallow enough that we can get a good footing. And fortunately there's like an animal trail here I'm following. But I'm just gonna check around the corner and see if we can actually wade, or if it gets super deep we're gonna have to basically portage through the bush here, which will be pretty challenging. Well, I think we're gonna give it a shot. Sure, it's not gonna be easy though, but it's about maybe 80 meters long, maybe 100. deep and fast, and then it gets really deep and fast here, which is potentially the most challenging part. Well, this might even be an old portage trail.
Deep up there?
It's pretty deep and fast, yeah. On the left is okay. We might just have to rip under some trees. I think we'll be okay. Look what we have here. Maybe we better scout this. Well, this next one coming up looks like the steepest drop yet. A lot of boulders. I'm hoping we can wade it. If not, it's going to be a bushwhack portage. This is completely unmarked, so we weren't even expecting this. It looks more substantial than the long one that was marked. So yeah, looks like we're not home free whatsoever on this upriver stretch. At least it's shallow. You think we can, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
This is gonna be real.
Not sure how it's gonna be around the corner.
No, but maybe if it's bad, we can just haul into the woods and start portaging, you know?
Right.
Some birch in here, eh?
Huh?
Some birch trees.
Oh yeah. I thought you said there's perch in here, eh? We've got the most substantial upriver rapid that we've seen yet.
Super shallow and bouldery. We're gonna have to kind of like almost drag up over section. We don't know what's around the next corner if it gets too deep and too fast, which means we're gonna have to haul into the bush through alders and start, you know, portaging, but we should be able to do it. Sketchy crevices to get your foot and your ankle stuck in. I actually got mine stuck in one. I don't know how it got in there because I could barely get it out. So if you were to fall, you might not be able to get up if your ankle's stuck like that, or you could break an ankle too. Looks like we can make it up on the right.
Yeah.
Or river left. Looks like maybe there's a path up on the right. Ted's taking a break. Well, still making our way up this rushing bouldery rapid. We're not pushing it, but we're also not taking our sweet ass time. That's a lie. Ted took a break. He's lying down on a boulder. One thing that's interesting about this spot is there's a big stand of birch here on both sides of the river. And birch isn't too easy to come by in the north most of the time. Like there's, you know, massive stretches of land where you won't see one. So I imagine this area has had birch in it for a long time, and that it would have been very important or a known place by native people here who used to, of course, build canoes out of bark. So I would highly doubt, like I bet you there's people camped around here harvesting birch bark, you know, going back many years. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if they would have dragged up the boulders in a birch bark canoe though, so if they were going upriver, this would have been a portage. But yeah, pretty neat. And big, good sized birch trees too, big wide ones. A few of them would definitely be good for a canoe, so pretty neat to see.
You ready?
Yeah. high water is helping us out quite a bit, because it wasn't high water. Every single rapid you see here that we've waded up and paddled up would be a portage. We'd be portaging up the dry rocks. So in some ways it's been harder because we've had to paddle up current, but easier than a portage. Once we get into the downriver whitewater beyond the height of land, hopefully that water comes down a bit and we don't have high water, and we can hit all those rapids at medium water, which will mean less scouting and less portaging.
A beaver dam. And a grand finale of a beaver dam. Dude, imagine how, like, in probably like 3 weeks max,
Yeah.
and this dam gets built up. This is just a rock.
Portage.
Yeah.
Just walk up the rocks. Oh, that's good to get behind me.
Great. Just working out amazing.
As you can see here, there's a beaver dam. So like in two weeks, you know, a month for sure, that is just absolute boulder fields. You can track up it. So that's really working out for us right now, to be able to navigate up this river. So, all right, freaking awesome.
Yeah, that little dam there is going to hold the water up higher on this side for sure, and it's going to make it easier paddling for the next little bit for me and Ted. Looks like luck is on our side. Some people might consider that to be an extremely positive attitude considering what we've just been doing, but I'd say so. I'll take it. Woo!
Yeah, so this is the swamp. That was the longest stretch of rapid though. Like above this, I see a little stretch that could be rapid, but it might not be.
We might be able to paddle up it, but I wouldn't doubt if there's swift current there.
Right, it's pretty.
But after that, I think we're into the lakes.
Yeah, exactly.
The extreme headwaters of the Barrington.
Right, I think that's the, like that little lake or like swamp over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to start portaging soon on a compass bear.
Well, we still have a ton of lakes to go through. I don't even know if we're gonna make it. No, I think we will. It's almost 3. It's not bad, eh?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if we were beasting, we could have been like triple the distance at the distance.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just approaching what I think is the last narrow point in our section of upriver travel before we get to the height of land portages. Technically there's actually only one portage that covers the height of land proper, but the one before that will be portaging beside an unnavigable creek going up in elevation. And yeah, we were hoping this was something we could paddle up, but as we approach, it looks rushing and boulder riddled as well. So not home free yet, but we're doing pretty good, I guess. Hopefully it's not too long. Looks pretty steep. Looks doable though. How many overhanging branches?
One.
Using a 3-inch Mr. Twister grub here. I caught my personal best walleye on this lure. Nice and big.
The big map case is great.
Yeah, isn't it?
You know, get where you're going without like octuple folding everything. Just changing over my maps. We're off the first map and onto the second. And with this high water, we're starting to think like a lot of the things that we thought were portages coming up might not even be. You know, we might be able to wade and walk up this tiny little piss stream, which would mean we'd only have to portage like, I don't know, 300 meters or something, which would be incredible.
Well, other than where we got dropped off, this is like our first real lake. Some seagulls over there having a whoop up. I think it's like here, dude. There. Right there. That's it. That's where we're going. Doesn't look like much from here. See that like grassy point?
Yeah.
But when you come to these big lakes and you don't want to fall
Just straight across from this.
Yeah. You don't want to follow the shore, so sometimes it's hard to see the outflow. It looks great on the map. When you're on the map you can see it, but the map is a bird's eye view, so you have to, in your mind's eye, you have to convert this to the perspective of where you're sitting in the canoe. So it looks from the lake, from my canoe seat, like it'd be here, but it's actually hidden by this point. You have to have a keen eye to see that. I was hoping to troll across this lake, but it looks like more of a glorified swamp. Keeping my eye on the map, looking for the inflow, because we are still gaining in elevation in between each lake we pass through. We're going to keep gaining in elevation until we get to the absolute extreme headwater of the Barrington River. Oh, looks like the wind died down a bit. Yeah. Bit of a headwind, but some of my homemade pemmican. Pemmican is dried, pulverized bison meat, berries, and tallow, or any animal fat rendered. Voyageurs on average would eat about 1.5 pounds of this per day. It was a Métis on the plains that supplied it to the Northwest Company in the Pemmican trade back in the fur trade era. It's usually made with like Saskatoon berries or something like that, and you can make it with any kind of game. Make it with beef if you want. You can see mine's a little red because of the raspberries I use. Ton of energy. A little trail mix. Trail mix has a lot of calories too. The perfect handful of trail mix. That's the same thing as a handful of M&Ms. Little late lunch break there. Hoping to put a few more clicks behind us though. I guess so. We're just staying on the left shore, eh? Just basically left the whole way. There's like a big kind of round point over there. Right, okay. All right, here we go. Lake crossing. Easy one. Got a bit of a headwind here, but no big deal. Just got a good look at a huge bald eagle. All bald eagles are big, but this was big for a bald eagle. And we're approaching the inflow of this lake, and a little disappointed that the inflow is pouring in a rapid. This looks like a gong show, dude.
Oh no.
Like a portage.
It does.
Yeah, baby, walleye. Chunker.
Yeah.
Nice eater there.
Yeah. Beauty. A lot of small pike in here. Oh, it's fun, but we should probably get going.
Okay, well, we got a portage. Way too shallow to drag up, so we got to give her. My legs were getting sore anyways.
It might not be. Legs, they seem to be spawning.
Jesus. Borderline impossible. Might be a better way through, Ted. Trail. We are not the first ones to travel this way. Could be used by animals that are traveling on the ice on the lakes and then jump over to the trail. Whoa. That is heavy. More. No more. All right. That last one.
Yeah.
This time I tried to go around instead of going under the low bridge. This is better than cleaning at a camp because then you don't get fish smell around camp, and I don't have to portage it. I'll just throw it in a bag. I won't take the skin off now. I'll wait till at camp to take the skin off. There you go. Nicely cleaned fish. Back to the ecosystem with you. Couple nice fillets there. Pop these in an old.
I don't know how to put this thing on still. Good one either, you know?
Yeah. I'll just Oh, leg fell down a huge hole. Jesus, that's crazy. We want to keep going, but it is about 5 minutes to 7. So because we want to get onto an earlier schedule, we should probably make camp here. Ted's actually just scouting out a spot right now.
It's just like very nice flowers.
What's that?
It's like pitted, you know, like it's nice and dry, but it's like sometimes it must be like filled with water is how it seems.
Yeah, so maybe we'll try further down the lake.
I don't think it's gonna get any better, but yeah, maybe. to do the next portage? What time is it? 7:30?
6:50. Yeah. Yeah, let's do the next portage.
Well, that was the first official portage of the trip, which I guess is pretty good considering. But, you know, we were starting to get kind of cocky, being like, oh yeah, we're just going to be wading up all these no problem high water. Well, not this one.
It's shallow through here. Nothing's easy. Nothing's ever easy.
Well, it is just a beautiful evening. It's just that warm summer breeze just blowing across the lake, just carrying the smell of the forest. Oh, it smells so nice. What do you think? Are we going to be able to wade up it? Starting to sounding more shallow now. Oh, it looks better because it's all one thing. The other one's spider webbed, and that's what screws you, you know? Or like carry a bag. I don't know though. It does look like it's spider webs around an island. Oh, look, look.
Mother goose and goslings here. Anyways, yeah, no flow here, totally overgrown, so looks like we have another portage on our hands. It's getting late, but nowhere to camp, so we're going to get out and start hauling. Somebody tells me these geese don't want us here. That's cool. The portage trail is guarded by some irate geese just to make things all the more challenging.
They have little goslings that are very cute, and one of them, the male, just flew back there and is squawking. He wants us to follow him. He's sacrificing himself, and the mom is over here protecting the goslings. Don't worry, mommy. We won't eat your babies.
The look up there, Ted.
Looks like hell. Just like water running through the woods. Just thick, thick alders. I think the other side is the way to go. Looks like there's a bit of a clearing through there at first.
Yeah, it looks like we could get up to those trees. Looks like we have another semi-subterranean side slaw here on this side, so say that 3 times fast. Anyways, yeah, it's just alder hell, so we're gonna try the other side. We just didn't want to bother those geese too much, but you know, it looks like yeah, we got to survive out here too. Looks like we're gonna be going up the other side. Oh no!
A strap tore.
It's alright, I can sew it. getting late in the day. We're hoping not to have to do a horrific bushwhack portage as it's getting dark, but nowhere else to camp around here. It's just a bog or big hills or extremely lumpy grounds.
Ted leaves his canoe right in my way.
I was saying cut to the left.
To the left? Doesn't look any better.
So I pulled it up. To the left? Well, it's solid ground here. Sorry.
It's all right.
Here, you can go back.
Man.
I'm thinking you cut over here.
Getting caught in the trees. Here. Thank you. That was challenging. Oh no, my clip broke. That's almost impossible to fix. Oh well. Doesn't look like any obvious campsites though again, but it's gotta be something. Anyways, 2 more trips. Gotta grab the canoe, everything else, but I guess it was short, right? It's just a bushwhack, but it's short, so can't complain too much, I guess. Picked up a bit of a trail that almost looks like there's a take out there.
Right.
Could just be an animal trail or a portage trail that then the animals follow, because the animals will walk along the ice in winter and then avoid the creek. But see here, that's snapped off, that's snapped off, that's snapped off. Could be just a moose or something walking through here, but almost looks like a sign of people. Yo, there's a trail here, Ted.
Right.
Look at this, see? Indigenous people have been traveling by canoe in this area for a very long time, but this might be just, oh, it looks like an old trail. It branches off that way though. Oh look, Ted! There's a side slough, you could paddle right up to here. Oh, smart people. Look, we bushwhacked through all of that, but if I just got through there, I could have avoided all of this. The portage starts from here. Cool, I'm gonna go drag my boat to here, because that was f***ing way easier. There's a side slough here and a trail. Bring it right up into there. Make my life a lot easier, I think. Beaver dam here. Nice big flat rock to get out on too.
When this route was traveled more often, these trails would be good. This beaver dam probably wouldn't be here. That's a muddy bottom. That is muddy. Well, that is way easier than doing what I did to begin with. Haha, an old trail. Yeah, I think this is the Cree here. As we get further north, it'll be traditional Dene territory. So who knows why they would have traveled this route, or it's probably used by Dene people as well, and Cree, hunting grounds, maybe trading, all of the above. Of course, not too many people, not like a ton of people were around back then in comparison, but there could have been more people in this specific area back in the day. And it's amazing that some of these trails are here. They were probably used to travel for canoe, not just for recreational purposes, if you call this recreation, I don't know. But yeah, just seasonal migrations. People were migratory back then. And you can still see the remnants of that trail, which is cool. It's probably been kept, beaten down a little bit by animals too over the years, but pretty neat. And obviously they're a lot smarter than me and Ted, because they jumped right into this side slaw, cut off all the alder bushes, shorter portage, hard ground the whole way. Obviously we're just better than me. I'm not scared to admit it. Anyways, here we go.
So on the way back, we discovered there's an old trail, and we could have paddled up closer. I could have avoided a bunch of that mess. Really upsetting because I couldn't carry the canoe there. It was too much overgrowth and too dangerous and rocks. So I had to drag it, and I didn't want to. And this is just, you could carry it or drag it, wouldn't matter. It's all just moss. And now Jim paddled his gear over to this spot, and I can't because I've already taken the canoe. Yay. Oh well. At least we found it now. Looks like I can carry my gear up here and through there over to where Jim is and pick up that trail rather than going through that. I think that's what I'll do. First I'm going to break a couple of these.
Well, that trail I found made that a piece of cake. First trip, not so much. Make sure to always keep my eyes peeled for stuff like that. I think I would have figured that out already, but sometimes you miss things. There's no guidebook. There's nothing to give you any details about stuff like that. So you just got to, you know, use your wherewithal as best you can, and experience helps too.
I really wish we had found that trail a little sooner. It made things way easier. Oh, I see some rockier shores here, which is a welcome sight because it's just been really boggy. Hopefully we can find a campsite over on these. So I think that we're gonna camp right there.
All right, Ted spies a campsite.
I feel like right straight up there's something flat enough.
Yeah, it looks like it flattens out right up there, actually. Pretty good. Do you want to check around?
We could get out there. I don't know where the best place to take out is. That's the problem. I know. Looks like we got a thunderstorm rolling in on us.
Canoe pulled up. Looks like we have some weather rolling in though, unfortunately. Might get hammered with a storm.
Yeah, there's some bear there's like a bear trail here.
Yeah.
It's old though. It's because of all the cranberries.
Tart, but not rotten at all yet. That's awesome. I think these are called low bush Arctic cranberries. Cranberries ripen in the fall and then some of them freeze onto the plant and stay frozen all winter, and it's the next spring where they're sweetest and you can just pick them and eat them. Usually they're a little too sour for that. There's a ton that are still here. It shows you that snow didn't melt too long ago here.
They're actually pretty good. But because of that, there's also a bear trail here. I did see some bear scat, but I see some evidence of one digging up and around here. We'll have to be careful.
Anyways, camping in a berry patch with a bear trail. I think we're gonna have to settle for something less than perfectly flat here. Nothing worse than sleeping with a stump jamming you in the spine.